Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, Marvel gave us another treat. We now have what I guess feels like the final trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Final trailer I'll be watching.
It is the only trailer you need in your life, really. Tickets are on sale. The trailer's out. We're going to watch it. We're going to break it down. Let's do this thing.
Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name is Matthew Carroll.
And I'm Jeff Randall.
Jeff, we have what I always call them the final trailer, but they always put out one last trailer, but a month to 2 months before the thing, before all the TV spots get all kinds of spoilers. And it normally is a pretty spoiler safe. I will say, I think this one has a pretty big spoiler in it. I feel
a little right at the end.
Yeah. So just to warn you guys, if you have not watched this trailer yet and you don't want to watch it, you don't want to be spoiled, I'll just say it. I personally feel like this trailer reveals who Black Panther is going to be.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, I think almost 100%. Now, that's not to say there won't be more to it. There won't be interesting twists and turns, but based on this trailer alone, like, I feel like we know who Black Panther is, which is big. I feel like that's a big thing to reveal. The new Panda. Okay, so you ready to watch this thing?
Yeah. I was about to start digging into how did we get there? How did the heart-shaped herb was burned?
Right, yeah.
What technology's going into it? No, not yet. We have to watch the trailer first, and then we can do the breakdown.
All right. Well, we're gonna switch over here and watch the trailer. You guys join us, and then we'll talk about it.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
We know what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
Okay. So, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about this trailer. I really do feel a little spoiled, more than I normally feel after a 2 months out trailer. So, if you're not wanting to hear us talk about it or whatever, I understand.
It's not 2 months out, though. We're 1 month away from this.
Right. This is just normally, to me, when they do this last trailer release, because the ones that I avoid are the TV spots, the one that just hit the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There's always just a bunch of TV spots that give way too much away.
They're here's the entire plot of the film.
Mm-hmm. Here's who all will die. Here's here's Professor X. I am so mad. I saw Professor X on a TV screen in a bar when I was the last week before Multiverse of Madness came out, and it upset me.
I could see that. But this one, man, there's a lot to be excited about in this one.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like the biggest thing is the big reveal at the end, which, spoiler alert, it appears there is a female Black Panther in this.
Yeah.
The other trailer was sort of, you could have seen it either way. It was like the thigh angle, and you're like, is that a guy or is that a girl? This, clearly the breastplate looks like a female form.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot like Shuri. Just that frame looks Letitia Wright.
Right. Well, and the trailer starts with multiple shots of Shuri. And so, to me, this is like saying, hey, look, it's Wakanda Forever, the Shuri story. Like, this looks like it's... And we've been speculating that she might be the Black Panther for a long time, that she's always been my first call. But like...
Well, she took over being Black Panther in the comics at one point, so...
Absolutely.
It tracks. But the shot at the end with the dots on the mask, like, they line up exactly with where her battle makeup was in the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that they're just going to go straight to she picks up the mantle. I think that there's going to be a fairly large amount of reverence toward what Chadwick Boseman did for the role,
absolutely,
for the verse, and it's going to be a somebody needs to take up this role for Wakanda to be the protector, and T'Challa wouldn't want anybody other than the person who is, who he trusted the most with his back, with his technology, with all of it. The person who was right there with him all this time. Like, she's obviously the one that needs to lead. Like, I like M'Baku for it, but I think that he's probably, I don't know, he's probably a bit too not heroic, I would say. Like, he doesn't have the altruism.
I don't know if I agree.
I mean, he's a decent enough guy. Like, he did good by T'Challa when there was a need, but I just don't think he defaults to doing like the heroic thing that I think that Shuri would. Maybe. I've
heard theories kicked around all throughout the last like months and months and months that there could be multiple Panthers, and like
Panther Corps.
Well, I mean, like, there could be like 2 or 3 different people taking up the mantle of Black Panther as a team, almost multiple protectors, as it were. So there's still like some possibilities for mystery and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've got in my head canon thing going, where I'm like, okay, well, maybe, yeah, sure, that looks like that's Shuri. That looks pretty solidly Shuri, but maybe there's some other things going on too. Maybe there's more to it than just Shuri. So maybe they are holding more back than we know. Yeah,
maybe. I mean, we're gonna at least get Ironheart, which, I mean, we got a shot of Ironheart from the bottom, where she looked like she was flying upward toward something.
Which we'll get a better look at in the frame by frame here in a second.
Yeah, we will. But like getting that initial pass, and like getting the shot of her on the floor, like, setting parts aside and like working things out. Like, I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited for her to go into Armor Wars, like get her own show. Like, oh yes, I love this whole passing the torch idea of, somebody just finds some stuff, figures it out, and like, yeah, I can do this. Just like puts it together. Like, I love that story.
Yeah, I do too. And I really think she's going to be a standout in this movie. And I'm really excited to see what she does. Okay, any other big takeaways from the trailer, as it were, like before we get into this frame by frame?
Namor is intense. We knew that. We've known that for, forever. Like, always and forever, Namor has been freaking intense.
Yeah.
But this version of Namor, like, scares me.
I think this trailer really leans into the fact that this is going to be a movie about the two nations warring, In the previous trailers, we did a lot of speculation about, like, I don't know. Is it going to be that, or is this like a misdirect like Civil War? And the thing about Civil War, even though Civil War is a misdirect, even though there's a bigger bad than Tony or Cap or whatever.
Depending on which side of the thing you fall on.
Depending on which denomination you're in of the Marvel religion. Like, which side
we trust.
Yeah. Depending on that, but like, there's still, Baron Zemo as the bigger bad. And we've been discussing about maybe there's a bigger bad. But the thing about that is, like, in that movie, it's still, the final scene is still about the two of them fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And so something that's smart about that movie is they don't take away, just because there's a bigger bad, it doesn't take away the, like, intenseness of their fight. And this looks like it's the same way. Even if there is something else going on, even if there's something leading them to this fight, looks like they're really going to have a fight,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's exciting.
It definitely, like, it doesn't look like there's, I can't say that. I was going to say, it doesn't look like there is any sort of, like, manipulation driving Namor, but we don't know because we haven't seen the movie. So, who knows?
We haven't also heard much from Namor. We don't know what his motivation is. They said he's coming for the surface world. There's also the line about how, you see us without a protector. You see now it's time to strike, and then it shows him jumping through. I think some of that may be misdirect. I think, like, there's the scene where they're being attacked, and she's like fighting them off, but it's like military men. It's not, it's not the Atlantean forces or whatever. So I don't know. It's going to be a complicated plot. I think that first conversation where she's saying, you see our protector is gone. I think that has nothing to do with Namor. I think that has more to do with, like, the rest of the world is trying to come for their vibranium or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I would not put it past the governments of the world to be like, oh, this place that has all of this incredibly rare and useful material, it no longer has a like stalwart protector to cover its borders. Cool, let's invade. Like, I hate that I feel that way, but, like, I would absolutely not put it past the governments of the world to do that. Like, exactly that.
For sure.
Like, I don't want it to be that, but it probably is, and it hurts my heart.
Well, the Dead Swamp 666. What a name! What a name, Dead Swamp. Says Namor actor came out in an interview and stated 100% that Namor is not the villain of this film. That may be true, but that may just be the way he sees his own character. You always hear people say that. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah,
he's not the villain, but he is an antagonist.
Yeah, or just like, well, I don't think my character's the villain. They can't think their character's the villain and play them, convincingly.
Yeah, like, nobody thinks they're the villain of anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all, like, the best villains are the ones that think they're doing a favor for the world, or, they're trying to save humanity or whatever from itself.
Yeah.
I just need to rule it.
What a great show. That's Dr. Horrible, everybody. Let's get into the live watch. Those of you in the chat, if you see something you really want us to shout out on the cast, make sure to tag us at Stranded Panda TV. That way we'll see what you're saying over there, and maybe we'll miss, maybe we'll catch something. Maybe you guys will help us catch something that we don't see here. We're going to start with the old frame by frame here. All right. Now, see, like, from the very beginning, I was like, okay, that's Shuri holding the mask. Clearly, that's her mother holding her hand. And I was just like, okay, Shuri's the first thing we see in this trailer. And then in a moment, she's one of the first faces we see as well. And I was just like, okay, this is heavily playing for Shuri,
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see there it is Ramonda with her hand on the hooded figure that's Shuri. That's gotta be.
Yeah, that's definitely Shuri. So just so much going on visually here that's telling me, like, Shuri is the thing. Shuri's the Black Panther.
Shuri's the thing.
Then we cut to a cave is this Namor painting here?
Yeah, it looks like Namor painting. I love the stalactites and stalagmites on the in the actual cave in the background. Really shows you the age of this formation. I wonder if this is underwater. I would think things would be a little floaty if it were.
Well, no, I don't think this shot is underwater, but it does look like maybe he's in an underwater cave, and this is like a little
that's what
place
I mean.
with air in it. Yeah,
it would. Yeah, is that cave underwater, and then does it have air in it also?
It doesn't look like it, and then whatever rooms he's in doesn't look like it's underwater either. He's painting, obviously, probably not underwater. Sorry,
he's got that underwater paint.
Yeah, it is probably a thing if you're a Atlantean. Okay, so yeah, Namor painting, and just we're talking about whether he's a villain or not. It just seems like showing a character thoughtfully painting is not the way to build a villain,
Well, yeah, the thing that I love about it though is that most of this is imagery for from temples and telling stories from the great religions of the time or whatever. It looks like he's just sitting here maintaining and keeping up to date these ancient reliefs or not reliefs, but these ancient frescoes and keeping that art alive from the look of it, keeping it fresh. And I love that he's I love that about him, and that says so much to who he is as a character, how dedicated he is to his culture.
Okay. Dig that. Okay, now we jump again to
that definitely looks like a burial mound.
Yeah.
That looks like a barrow. Caitlin Wink said in chat, is Everett Ross showing up in this? I didn't see him in this trailer, but we have seen him in previous trailers.
Okay.
Running up to a building corner once.
Just the just utter sadness of this is going to be tough to watch in theaters.
Yeah.
And it's juxtaposing this funeral with Namor painting. And I just don't know what they're trying to tell us here. I think he's trying to maintain that mural. Maybe that's similar to how he's trying to maintain his world, his underwater world, and feels like it's at threat,
Yeah.
And then again, we have Shuri.
The Wakanda Forever, crossed arms. Just love it so much. And the line that Namor delivers there, only the most broken people can be great leaders. There's a lot of weight to that.
Yeah,
so
100%.
How is Namor broken? If he's a great leader for Atlantis, how is he broken? What has he lost?
Well, it seems to me he's not.
It's not a great leader.
Well, it seems like he's not the same people that he's leading. So that may mean that he's lost his family, or he was, whatever. If he was a mutant, let's say, which is comics accurate, and then he was maybe driven out of his home, and he has to live in the ocean among these Atlanteans that aren't his real family and stuff. He's probably had loss in his life.
Yeah, probably.
And then we get this shot next of the mural we've seen in other trailers. The mural of T'Challa. And then we get a very dark image of what I think is Atlantis.
Well, that's the Atlantean throne room. If you look in the middle, you can see the jawbones of the shark jaws. That Namor comes descending down into.
He's descending actually in this shot. You can still see him descending from afar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's such a cool shot. The light up in the top middle and him coming down seemingly out of that light like he is almost like he is descending from heaven.
Yeah, which there's a line in the trailer where M'Baku says, they don't call him king, they call him God.
Yeah, they don't call him general or king. Ugh.
Well, see, and these two people, are similar. They just look like they have some. They're not blue people, is what I'm saying. I don't know who these people are that are standing there, but they're like adorned with clothing. See, I was thinking that these blue people, just based on what we've seen in the trailer so far, I was thinking the blue people we've seen are the Atlanteans, and he is like maybe a mutant human that lives amongst them or something, or lives as their god, as it were.
Yeah.
But this looks like there's at least two more like normal humans, or at least their skin tones are similar.
Normal-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not blue. Non-Avatar humans.
Yeah, non-Avatar humans. Like Namor's outfit in all of this is so freaking cool. Like it is so freaking cool. That headdress that he's got on, the spear that he wields, like the words, like the chest piece that he has on with like the armored bracers. Like he just looks straight up like he is about to wreck. He's ready to just wreck everybody all the time. Like ready to go.
Yeah. He looks really powerful, and like he's dressing like a deity. He really is. One thing I'm very excited about is they really made Wakanda feel real and lived in, and used all these like African cultural elements to combine with the Afrofuturism of it all, and like made this really cool city that feels very real and lived in. And like I feel like they're going to be able to do the same thing with Atlantis, and the same creative team working on this movie is going to be able to like build just these two completely different worlds,
Yeah.
We cut to Okoye stabbing a spear into the dirt, it looks like, or it almost looks like she stabbed into the floor of the throne room. I don't know if that's out of sadness, out of grief.
I mean, she has tears streaming down her face.
Mm-hmm. And this is apparently before the waters take the throne room, which again, someone asked it earlier, I think in the chat, like, how is there water? Like, aren't they landlocked? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how there's water in their throne room, or how Wakanda apparently gets flooded. Just crazy. Then we have this shot of what looks like maybe like almost looks like the raft, kind of, but it's not. It looks different enough. I don't know.
It reminds me of the raft. It reminds me of the Lemurian Star.
Yeah, some sort of water location. And then I think we've seen in different parts of the trailer, it almost looks like an oil rig to me.
Yeah.
And then in different shots in the trailer, we see a bunch of blue-skinned Atlanteans like climbing the side of the ship. So I'm assuming this is something that's threatening the Atlanteans.
Or at least encroaching on them.
Let's say Enviro. See, it says Enviro and it has a cross, which makes me think this is like a ship that's trying to prevent pollution or something,
Enviro Plus.
Yeah, Enviro Plus. But it's providing more environment.
It's adding on. This is an additive solution.
It's an addition to the house that is our world. Who is this?
Don't know. Somebody running toward the helicopter that was like just flying to whatever this rig is.
And
I'm assuming they are. It looks like they are running away from the Atlanteans.
Yeah, she shoots one as she's running toward the helicopter.
Right. Like they're running away from the Atlanteans that are assaulting whatever this sea base is.
Now, what is this location?
That's M'Baku's lair. Yeah, that's M'Baku's little Jabari tribe throne.
So some sort of transport ships are heading up there with a bunch of stuff to the Jabari tribe. I don't know what that's about.
I mean, there's a bunch of people in this room that he's talking to after the shot of the what look like frigates, I guess. I wonder if there's an attack on Wakanda from Atlantis, and all of that is like refugees trying to get out.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. This might be like an evacuation, and they're all heading up to the sort of the higher ground that is the Jabari tribe's sort of land. I've got a couple things in the chat. Let's see. Similar to T'Chaka's speech to T'Challa that a good man cannot be king. Ooh, that's a great connection. And then Sir Duke, that was Jack Paleskny. And then said your name wrong, I know. Paleskny. And then Sir Dougals says Wakanda had a pretty sizable river in the first movie. I assume that's where the flood will start. Maybe it just doesn't seem like enough water to like flood the very high throne room, you know? Unless it's just like directional or something. So this is the side we were talking about earlier where M'Baku says they don't think of him as a general or a king, they think of him as the feather serpent god.
Kukulkan. Or no, sorry, Kukulkan. That was a nice interpretation from him. Like, I love the bombastic nature that Winston Duke puts into his performance as M'Baku. It's so good.
What do you think this is?
Oh, that's the birth. That's the birth of Namor.
Oh.
The winged feet or the winged ankles on the baby underwater. Like, that's very much the birth of Namor.
Neat. I couldn't see the winged.
We saw that in the first trailer.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the background around him, that looks like Wakanda.
Yes.
I'm betting that's him just like staring down the throne room, about to just bust open the glass and get in there and wreak havoc, be a mean jerk.
So they're retreating up into the mountains, and they have this conversation where they say, killing him will risk eternal war. So to me, that does seem to mean that he's probably the one that killed T'Challa, to me, because like they're all sitting around thinking about how they can kill this guy, how they can, get retribution for what's happened to them. I don't know.
It seems a little, I don't know. It seems a little ham-fisted, I guess. No, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to have T'Challa killed by somebody and like that be the catalyst or whatever. Like,
right. Well, as I mentioned in a previous, it could be that like he does something that causes T'Challa to then like sacrifice himself. Cordo B says in the chat they are Tolokan, not Atlantean, which I did not know. Definitely heard of him called an Atlantean before, and that's what I was going with.
Oh, I think it's
the blue people are Tolokans.
Well, I think what they're saying is that they're not called it's not called Atlantis in the movie. It's what is it, Talokan or Taloka?
Okay. Then we've got this some sort of base. Is that a human, or is that something else? There's like a guy coming through. I don't know. His face looks really weird.
It looks like he's wearing a covering,
a respirator of some sort.
Yeah, because of the gas.
The gas. All right,
apparent in the room.
There's some sort of gas being pumped into this room, and it's and they're attacking this station, and then a lady takes off her head covering, and it sort of looks like it's almost revealing that she's probably one of the Dormelage.
Yep. And
then the Dormelage fight off these soldiers.
Oh, I bet that is the station, the sea base that gets attacked.
It's possible. It just feels weird because that's going on, but then there's also this attack by like human soldiers, but then there's also a separate attack by the Namor's folks, Tolokans. Yeah, I just don't know what the order of operations is there. Like,
it's everybody go all at once.
Yeah, it feels weird that they'd all be attacking the same base, but it is absolutely possible that this is like that place.
Yeah, and if you look in the background when Shuri is in the the throne room there, you can see the water all around, like it just completely flooded that area.
Yeah. And I believe in a future shot, there's the water and there's fire everywhere in the throne room.
Yeah, lines of fire. In this shot where, we're getting Ramonda and someone looking out the window, you can see the reflection.
Is that Riri, maybe?
It could be.
She just doesn't look like she's dressed in Wakandan outfit. And she looks kind of like she's in a mechanic's outfit. I don't know.
Yeah. She's got cargo pockets.
Yeah.
It's a nice jumper and cargo pockets.
Yeah, that looks like maybe Riri to me.
Oof. But like, I love the visual of Namor and the reflection and him like summoning his spear and like just about to smash the window.
Oh yeah. No, I see that now. I actually didn't even see it. I was so focused on who's inside. But yeah, you're right. Namor is stepping up to the window and you can only see his reflection. That's cool. That's a really cool shot.
Yeah. He wasn't stepping up, he was flying up because that is an elevated place. Like,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think it hasn't happened yet, but there's where he like bounds up towards towards a higher place in Wakanda.
Towards the ships, yeah.
Yeah. And then one thing I love about that shot is that he's coming at the window, but she does not move. She does not flinch,
Yeah.
She's just not
like,
flinching in the face of Namor. Yeah. It's really cool.
And it looks like Riri's like, oh no!
And then it cuts back to the shots of some sort of attack. The soldiers attacking, and looks like maybe a Dormilaje member like cutting a gun in half with Wakandan tech. Oh, it's really cool. And then multiple Dormilaje come out, blocking bullets with their spears because Jedi.
I hate that crap. Like that's one thing that I just like get really frustrated at because like that's like all of this is really fantastical, but like that's just incredibly impractical. Like just let them be wearing vibranium, right? Like just let them be wearing vibranium and have the bullets bounce off or like hit, thud, smush, and fall. Like cool. Like let them. It would be badass then too if you just like let them be like, I don't care, you can shoot me.
Yeah, I hear that. Vermilion One says there's some action sequence in a city that is not Wakanda. Perhaps the dark lab scene is MIT and leads to Riri. Perhaps the dark lab scene. I don't know. They're talking about which dark lab scene. We get a shot of them swimming.
The Talokans.
The Talokans swimming, and then we see looks like Namor standing just face to face with the Queen.
Yep, and it looks like that's the same headdress that she had on for the funeral.
Yeah, see, I think as much as I think it's possible that Namor is the one to be responsible, I also think that it looks to me like maybe they get attacked during the funeral, which would also piss them off a lot and make them want to kill him.
Yeah. Like, how dare you?
I love this. They use the vibranium spears by Okoye stabs through the car. And I guess to like at some point flip the car. I don't know. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that scene plays out. It looks like they're taking a page from the first movie with that like wonderful car chase scene, and they're gonna do something cool.
The car sequence.
Yeah.
Did she? What? Okay. Is that what flipped over the police car?
It looks like it. Like maybe she stuck it out, and because it's vibranium, it like caused him to just go right over the car instead of. I don't know. I can't tell, and I don't think these shots are necessarily contiguous. Like maybe she. Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe she backs into him using that spear to wedge him over her.
So it looks like she gets stopped. Oh, yeah. No, okay. So pause it there. Look in the background there. You can see the SWAT truck and the police the police line. that's where the car was stopped whenever she stuck the spear out the back of it. So
Yeah,
she's
it looks like
backing
she's-
up. She was right up against that. So she's backing up from that and flips that police car over. And then it's just like, deuces, I'm out. Like, you ain't gonna get me.
Just full on looking all Don Toretto with that muscle car.
Yeah, man, this movie's gonna be all about family.
It's true. Okay, what is this? Hold on. So we've got muscle car with a Koye. We've got someone on a motorcycle going through this burning wreckage, and it looks like maybe Ironheart flying above them.
Could be.
It looks like a Tony Stark style suit. I see what you're saying. They've lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. What a line. I just don't understand the water thing. Where's all this water coming from?
Unknown.
Unknown.
That was my best Enoch again. Unknown.
Okay. The water is flowing through the city of Wakanda.
I'm struggling with a lot of this. Like, there's so many things where I'm like, I'm not sure, but oh God, I want to piece it together. I want to try. The shot of Shuri crying or like screaming, weeping. Like, we've got M'Baku holding her, from behind, just like, be strong or whatever. But it looks like the person that's in front of her is that same member of the Dora Milaje that was on that had the headdress on, took it off, was on the Sea Lab base.
Yeah, she had that same tattoo.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is where T'Challa dies. Because like maybe that person's coming to report back what happened.
Oh, maybe.
Because that looks fresh. That looks really fresh. The pain and Shuri there.
Yeah. Bump it forward to the next frame after she's crying, where we see Namor stabbing downward.
The next shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look in the background.
That looks like Black Panther.
That looks like Black Panther right there.
That looks like Black Panther, and that kind of looks like the lab we just talked about.
Yep.
No, that's
Shuri.
That's Shuri. That's Shuri. That's Shuri Panther.
Shuri Panther. I'm sure it is.
Okay, but he's stabbing at somebody. And there's a little preview of Shuri in the Panther suit. Look, man, these frame by frames are fun. Little stuff like that. I never would have seen her back there.
Well, okay, but like, what if Shuri took over? Like, she didn't get dusted. Did she get dusted though? I think she got dusted. But like, wow, I don't remember offhand if she did or did not. But like, what if she did not get dusted and T'Challa did, and she took over being Panther in the time that he was gone for 5 years?
Yeah.
And he comes back, and like, all of a sudden, you've got two Panthers now. Might as well be dual Panthers. And I mean, that could go for anybody.
For some reason, I thought we heard that she was dusted.
I think that we saw her face on the list of missing people.
Because we see a Koye
in
in-game, like still working with them to protect everybody, but until we don't see Shuri. Now, this is not Wakanda, correct? This looks like some sort of like beachside town or something. Or is this
that
Wakanda?
Does look like Wakanda?
Okay.
Because the Wakandan ships are floating in the air up there. That's what Namor is bounding through the air toward.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh man,
It just the architecture looked different to me.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Riri in her mechanic's outfit. So it actually looks like a different one, but kind of shows that that's going to be her vibe.
Yeah, she's going to be coverall queen.
Coverall queen.
I stand by it.
Oh, man.
I'm into it. Oh, man, that looks so cool. Sorry.
It really does.
It almost looks like
the audio listener, it's a shot of Ironheart taking off.
Yeah, it's a shot from below of Ironheart taking off, but it looks like it looks like a combination of the Ironmonger and the Iron Man suits. Like it's big and bulky on the feet like Ironmonger, but like her arms are lithe and agile, it looks like. And I mean, it almost looks like a Gundam.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like a Gundam to me, which is funny.
Which is real rad.
I thought in comics Ironheart looked just a lot like Iron Man, and I don't know, maybe she does.
She does.
So this is an interesting interpretation to make her so, I don't know.
It could be, Cordo B says test flight time, so it could be just like first run of the suit.
I doubt we're going to get through many versions of the suit, though. I feel like she's going to get in her first suit, and that's going to be her introduction, and then maybe we'll get. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get lots of suits in the future.
Can you bump it back a little bit to the shot of the suit?
Mm-hmm.
Keep coming back.
Doesn't look like repulsor technology.
It looks similar, but that's an interesting thing.
What?
Oh, neat. So the feet are segmented.
Mm-hmm.
See, the toe is separate from that repulsor, and the heel is separate from that as well. That it looks like that repulsor comes down and goes under the toe, and another repulsor comes out like from behind it, so that she can have quad thrusters on the bottom.
Yeah. It's very cool.
That's neat.
I don't know if have we seen repulsors that were not circular before? Those are oval. And just the way that they're spitting out energy looks more like... Right, but it just like the way it's spitting out energy even doesn't really look like a repulsor ray. It looks like fire almost.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that... I don't know that it's that big a difference, because Tony was doing all kinds of crazy stuff all the time. That honestly looks a lot like the repulsor tech that was on the helicarriers. Maybe.
She's also got apparently access to Wakanda too, so it could be a combination of Stark Tech and Shuri Tech. Yeah,
Stark, Shuri, whatever Shield had for
Hammer. Lots of Hammer Tech in that too.
Hammer Tech. Oh god, so heavy on the Hammer Tech.
You can tell.
You can tell by her broken spine.
I don't like it.
Test pilot survived.
So then we get to a shot of it looks like on a bridge. It looks like the car has finally been taken down, and Okoye is standing her ground. But I assume these two shots are connected. They may not be, but there's a shot of a Talokan coming out of the water.
That's Atuma.
Okay.
I feel like that is on... Oh, no, it might be. I don't feel like that's on the same bridge.
Let's see. It could be coming over the boat. He comes up over sort of...
I feel like he's coming up over the boat, but like the water's way too close.
We'll also look at right there. That just looks like that boat that we see later. Or that structure we see later. That doesn't look really like a bridge railing.
Yeah.
You're probably right. So this is probably not connected, but they definitely try to make it look like it is with Okoye standing her ground against him.
Yeah.
Get this shot here.
I like Nakia's battle armor there.
It's really pretty.
If that's armor.
Turquoise.
Yeah, the color striation on it that's amazing. Like, so good. It's
the first shot we've gotten of her in the trailer?
I believe so, yeah.
I really thought she'd be a bigger part of the story, honestly.
Considering the love interest.
Yeah, but it seems, and maybe she will be, but right now it really seems very Shuri focused. I love the shot of Riri yelling, "Let's go!" Taking off in the sky.
Yeah.
Is that over Wakanda or is that over a city? It's like over a regular city.
That looks like New York.
Yeah.
But she's an MIT student, so it could be Boston.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the what the water looks like in Boston.
I don't know nothing.
I've never been to Boston in the fall.
I've never been this high up over Boston.
Different perspective.
Different perspectives.
I want everything from M'Baku. I really like M'Baku a lot.
Yeah.
He's just beating his chest and looking like a badass.
Covered in water. Shaking
Yeah, it
it
looks
all
like-
off.
Diving into the water in the next shot.
Is that him?
I thought so, but maybe just from the context. Or is that Namor?
No, I don't think so.
I can't tell who it is. He's got a like gray thing around his neck.
I mean, M'Baku has fur on his shoulders, or like a shoulder pad around his head.
It looks a lot like M'Baku to me,
Okay.
like the overall outfit, but yeah, I don't know. I can't tell for sure. Cool shot,
a lot
though.
of
Very cool
a lot
shot.
of strappiness going on in there.
Mm-hmm. There's strappy clothing.
Strapping gentlemen. So in the next shot, there's the what looks like just a regular old boat with all the fish going toward it, like circling around it. Very ominous, because the ocean is obviously a terrifying place.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Then we've got more of M'Baku's tribe, like looking like they're doing something interesting here. They're like running.
They're pulling something
with ropes.
They got ropes. They're pulling something.
But it's very coordinated. Like they're attacking something. Or I also don't know where they are. Like that looks like that behind them doesn't look like Wakandan structures. It looks metal and kind of I don't know, almost military looking to me.
Well, the ramps that are behind them, or I guess to our left, their right, or in front of them,
right?
That looks like something that would be used to like push a something off of that platform. Like maybe it's a dry dock for a ship.
Yeah. I can totally see that.
And maybe they're pulling that ship up. I don't know.
Yeah, don't
It's
know.
a bunch of strong dudes, though. Like, these guys look like beasts.
We get a shot of an underwater lady. Oh, wait. This is someone underwater, but they're wearing a mask.
Yeah. Could
that be like one of Namor's parents or something? I don't know how old Namor's parents would be.
I don't know. It looks like she's got the pointed ears similar to Namor.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be his sister Namorita?
I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Namorita. I like that name.
Although, looking at her in that shot, thinking back to the soldiers that we saw, I think their masks were similar to that.
Yeah, I agree, but she's wearing it underwater, which made me think she needs it, but maybe she's wearing it because she's about to go to the surface world. That's probably what's going on.
Well, my thought was like either it's a mask so that she can breathe underwater, and the soldiers needed that because they were doing an underwater approach and incursion, or they're about to go underwater, from that, like they're using that as a staging point or whatever, or they are Talukans or Talukonians. I don't know. The Tolucan people, maybe they're breathing, air rather than water, and they need that to do so. And they're like dressed up to look like soldiers and frame some government.
I see what you're saying.
Agency.
Interesting. Okay, and this next shot is very interesting. It's Shuri standing in the throne room, covered in water, but also burning.
Very specific lines of fire, though.
Yeah, this almost feels like it could be like a dream sequence.
Yeah. Well, if you look in front of her, kind of at the top left of the screen, it looks like that column has those columns have glowing runes on them. Like
they do, it does.
That,
I think this could be a dream sequence, possibly.
Yeah, either a dream sequence or an astral plane.
That's a good call.
Instance.
Then we get the drop ship.
Then her descent.
Her being drop shipped.
so cool. I love the way that she has her arms spread out or whatever to like kind of control the direction of her descent. And then she just tucks really quick and does the flip. And then like doesn't do the 3-point hero landing, just plants it. And then the force goes up her legs, and like they didn't forget that about the Black Panther suit from the first movie. Like all that purple force just goes straight up into the suit, and she just absorbs the hell out of it.
Not forgetting that vibranium in general absorbs you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not friction is not the word I'm looking for, but you know, it absorbs shock.
Force.
Thank you. Yeah, force. And there's looks like a Dora Milaje member standing next to her, which I didn't see until now because I was too distracted by the
badassery.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's got the collarbone dots as well. And that's so cool. God, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love all the copper and the bronze colored tones like in the ears on the helmet.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
It's so good. It reminds me actually a lot of the way that the Wasp's suit looks.
Yeah, I totally see that. All right, man. Well, that is our frame by frame. Any big takeaways after seeing it frame by frame?
No. I think we've done a lot of running this down. I don't want to see another trailer. I just want to go in like this. I love what we've gotten so far, but I don't want any more. Like,
yeah, same.
Keep it away from me, Marvel.
Don't. Nobody send me toy leaks. Nobody send me nothing. Court OB says, I think Nakia is carrying T'Challa's baby.
Ooh,
that is emotional. I don't like it.
That's emotional. I don't like it.
Please don't make me think about that.
I reject this. Substitute it with my own reality.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us live stream. It really helps out when we're watching these to have a third, fourth, fifth, ninth eye looking over them. And we'll be back soon. We're going to be doing more podcasts this week. But thank you guys for joining us. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Thank you for joining us for the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, available everywhere you get podcasts, and now a video version streaming live on twitch.tv/strandedpandatv and available at youtube.com/strandedpanda. And if you'd like to learn more about all of our other podcasts, geeky projects, and ways to support the network, visit strandedpanda.com.